guys? You already know what it is. It's Attack of the Games, and welcome to the channel. Now, if you didn't already know, Call of Duty World War II just ended the live stream for multiplayer. It was on Facebook. It was like 30-45 minutes. It was pretty informative because all they did was talk about multiplayer, and that's something I definitely needed because this day has been going so crappy. I just came back from taking a 2-hour test. But enough about me. So pretty much this is everything that we know about multiplayer so far. I watched it. I went over it. I have clips from it right now, and you know, during the live stream, they even showed off what the game looks like in-game with HUD, so that's amazing. But before we get into this video, thank you for the 100 subscribe, guys. You guys are the best. Sorry I didn't upload my PlayStation recap and review video yesterday. I was too tired, so I'm going to drop it today. So sorry if you're going to hear some old stuff like past tense like yesterday, and I'm going to do it tomorrow and all that stuff. And notification, definitely hit that so you know I'm uploading. And if you like the video, smack that like button. Comment what you want to see for World War II multiplayer, and of course subscribe. And also on a side note, they're going to do their zombie live stream tomorrow at the same time, which is 1:30 Eastern, of course. Now, the live stream started, and Michael Kondrak was interviewed. He started talking about the way that he wanted to make a World War II game again for like 10 years, you know, after the whole series was kind of doing their thing with the modern warfare and then Black Ops and all that. So he was talking about how glad he was that he was able to, you know, bring Call of Duty back to World War II. And then he started talking about trying to make a visceral World War II game that pays respect to the soldiers that lost their lives, while at the same time, you know, it really doesn't like disgrace them. And he started talking about swastikas, and that was a really touchy subject too, because he started saying that, you know, for most people, that symbol is hate, and it's very hard to talk about because it reminds a lot of people of one of the darkest time periods in our history. So he started talking about how he wanted to respect that, and that it's only going to be in campaign, so we're not going to see any of that in multiplayer and zombies. And I'm glad, because I usually go on Reddit sometimes, and I see usually people joking around about swastika camos and supply drops and all that. So it's not really cool. So I'm glad that he's doing that, you know, respectfully. And then after that, he just goes and talks about boots on the ground and how there's nothing else to it. It's just boots on the ground. And then he finally goes and talks about multiplayer. For the trailer, though, he said that they actually spent over 100 hours trying to make that trailer. Just imagine 100 hours trying to make that trailer, because, you know, Call of Duty likes to go for that cinematic trailer. So there's that. He also did confirm that score streaks is confirmed, and we only saw like 3 score streaks during the first 25 minutes of the live stream. And then they pretty much cut for like a few seconds just to go get the head of the multiplayer, and then they talk about HQ. If you don't know, HQ is like the Division's tower where you guys can just go around, socialize, and do all that stuff. Now, what we know about HQ so far is that it is a social hub that is inspired from the virtual hub from Advanced Warfare. And what they wanted to do this year around is they wanted to do the same thing that was in Advanced Warfare, which is to like show off your character, you know, your rank, your guns, and all that. So pretty much it just essentially confirmed character customization. The interesting thing though is for HQs, you can actually challenge players to 1v1s, and then you can show off all your cool stuff, you know, your emblems, your tags that you get from matches. And you can obviously party up in HQs, you know, with your friends and all that, because most of the modes, actually every mode in the game is 6v6, so you and 5 other players can, you know, party up, which is actually really cool. It'll probably be like, you know, you send them an invite, and then when you're in the group, they're gonna probably have like I don't know what they're gonna do, but they're probably gonna indicate that on the name tag above your head for the players when you're in HQ. So that's pretty cool. And then during the live stream, they were obviously taking a few questions from people. So this one guy asked if HQ is the new multiplayer menu, and Kondrak said that it is, but if you don't want it to be, then you can go in the PlayStation settings and you can disable that. So that's pretty cool. They also confirmed that HQ is going to have 48 players in one HQ, so that's actually pretty cool. And HQ is set after the Battle of D-Day. It's going to be set on a Normandy beach, so that's also pretty cool as well. And then after HQs, they moved on to Divisions. And then for Divisions, if you didn't already know, is going to replace Creative Class this year, which I think that it could be a hit or miss. And we're going to get 5 divisions. the running gun, which is the assault rifles, the armored, which is the LMG, the mountain, which is the snipers, the expeditions, which is the shotguns, and I don't know if they said the SMGs. I don't know what it is. I didn't hear it in the live stream, or I missed it. So if you guys know what the last one is, please hit me down in the comments below. And there's no perks. Conjure confirmed that there will be no perks for this year, so I'm actually pretty glad, because that actually gives us a balanced. It makes the game balanced pretty much. Because if you know a Modern Warfare Remastered, then you know how much that game is AIDS because of the perks and how it's unbalanced. So I'm really glad there's not going to be any perks this year. I want to see how we're going to play, how people who've been playing COD for the last 9-10 years are going to get used to no perks. You know, I can't wait to hear them bitch and complain. So that's pretty cool. Attachments is confirmed as well. I don't know how much though. Obviously, I don't think they're going to be doing a pick 10 or 13 system. And diving is also confirmed, like, you know, dolphin diving from Black Ops 1. So that's actually cool as well. And after that, they went to get the one of the lead map designers and talk about the maps and war mode at the same time. So for the maps, there was 4 that was confirmed so far. One of them is Point to the Hawk. The other one is Ardennes, set in some like winter. I can't really explain it. It was like somewhat of a castle. I don't know exactly. The other one is set on the USS Texas, and that's the one where you can see the player going, diving in, and shooting people off the boat. And the last one is, I forgot, Gibraltar, and that's where you can see these guys parachuting down. That's pretty much the map in the middle of the heavy Nazi city, pretty much. Score streaks, there's about 2 that we've seen, actually 3. One is, if I just talked about it, the USS Texas. You can see the guy doing strafe runs with the airplane. I mean, when we saw that, we really did think that vehicles were going to be in the game, even though they are with tanks. That's going to be in war mode, though. Airplanes, you can't really go in, you know, voluntarily. There's no dogfighting in the game, which is actually a little bit of a shame, but well, who cares? So it is going to be a score streak straight from 1. The other one is, I would call it a bunker buster. That's what I'd call it. It's pretty much that bomb that you see dropping down on the base. So it's probably going to be just an airstrike. And the other one is paratroopers. Now, he did Conjure confirmed that during the live stream, somebody asked if you were able to parachute down in maps, and Conjure said that that's actually a score streak called paratroopers. Now, this actually just might be their version of dogs. I don't know how that's going to work. Are they just going to go around the map and sweep it up, or they're just going to bring down covering fire? I don't know, but it actually is pretty interesting as a score streak. That's cool. And somebody asked as well, core matches will be in the game. Team deathmatch, kill confirmed, Dom. I don't know about search and destroy. They didn't say anything about that, but I would expect that. You know, it's one of the most principal core matches to have in the COD game. Like I said already before, 6v6, really sad. I was thinking, like, you know, 12v12, but then I'm getting ahead of myself with this whole Battlefield 1 thing. And for war mode, it's pretty much a more cinematic game, just like how you do in Overwatch, where you are expected to escort a payload. But in this time, war mode is different in every other map, where one map will have you defend a bridge, another map will have you escort tanks, another map will have you take out anti-aircraft guns. So, you know, it's different, and they designed the map so it would be different for every war mode. So that actually seems pretty cool. And the last thing for the multiplayer is that firing range returns, but this time around this works with HQs as well. You can actually challenge somebody to shoot out in the HQ, and that was actually pretty cool. So that's pretty much it, guys. This is everything that we know about multiplayer. I will be uploading a few of the in-game gameplay clips as like GIFs on my Twitter if you guys want to watch that. It was really interesting to see this. I'm really actually interested that Call of Duty is showing up at E3, because, you know, usually we expect to see multiplayer during COD XP. So I'm really glad that this year they decided to not make us wait, and we get our hands on the game. Well, the beta, August 25th, cannot wait. Sorry for Xbox, it's coming out September 21st. So, thank you guys for watching this video. Of course, watch some of my other E3 videos. I had a whole playlist. I'm about to upload more trailers. Expect that PlayStation thing to come out pretty soon. I hope you guys have a better day than I'm having right now. And, of course, peace out.